Lionel Messi makes $20 million a year playing soccer in Florida. The guy standing next to him on the same team, he makes $104,000. That's the minimum. Same league, same locker room, same sport. 200 times the difference in pay. Now, here's the question nobody asks. Why? And more importantly, what does that gap teach you about your own paycheck? The World Cup is here. Billions of people are watching soccer, but almost nobody is watching how the money actually works, and that's a mistake. Because inside professional soccer, there is a system so ruthless, so calculated, so weirdly honest that it exposes something most people never learn in school. Your salary is not based on how hard you work. It's based on how replaceable you are. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly how soccer players get paid, and you're going to walk away with 3 real, proven tactics you can use the next time you negotiate your own salary. We're going to cover why Messi makes 200 times more than his teammate. The secret leverage tool soccer players use that most workers never think about how the market is deciding your worth right now, whether you know it or not. And the one move that gives job changers up to 20% more money almost every single time. Let's get into it. Let's start with the numbers because they're shocking. The average MLS player salary in 2025 is around $354,000. The most common paycheck what dozens of bench players actually take home is just $80,622 a year. And the minimum salary for a senior roster spot is $104,000. Meanwhile, Lionel Messi earns $20.45 million in guaranteed compensation. He led MLS with 29 goals and 19 assists in 2025. In England's Premier League, Erling Haaland tops the salary list at £27.3 million per year. That's roughly £525,000 every single week. So how does this happen? How does one human being make 200 times more than another person doing the same job? Because soccer clubs are not paying for effort. They're not paying for hours. They're paying for results they can't easily replace. Messi scores goals that sell out stadiums, move jersey sales worldwide, and boost TV deal valuations. The backup left midfielder? Teams have 5 guys ready to fill that spot tomorrow. That's the first lesson. Your salary reflects your replaceability, not your effort. Let's open the contract and look inside because this part is where it gets interesting. Most people think a soccer player's salary is just one number. It's not. Soccer contracts are packed with incentive-based payments. Many clubs pay a certain amount for a starting appearance and a smaller amount for coming off the bench, typically 30 to 50% of the starting fee. Some clubs even use a minutes-based system for substitutes. On top of that, defenders can earn bonuses for clean sheets, and other players earn goal and assist bonuses. Contracts can also include personal performance targets. And then there's the big one, image rights. Messi, for example, earns not just his base salary, but also money through an MLS deal with Adidas and a cut of subscriptions to MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. Here's what this means for you. Your salary is rarely just your salary. Bonuses, equity, remote work flexibility, vacation days, healthcare, all of that is compensation. Soccer players know this. They negotiate the whole package. Most regular workers only ask about the base number and leave real money on the table. Here's where soccer economics gets really smart and teaches us something powerful about systems. MLS has a salary cap. Most teams are limited in how much total money they can spend. The 2025 MLS salary budget per club is $5.95 million for the core senior roster. That sounds restrictive, right? How do you get Messi under a cap like that? You don't. You build a loophole. The designated player rule lets teams sign up to 3 superstars whose wages smash the cap, while only a small chunk of their salary actually counts against the budget limit. That's how you get Messi in Miami and Son Heung-min in LA. The lesson here? Systems always have exceptions, and the people who understand the rules are the ones who find them. In your career, that might mean understanding that your company has a formal pay band, but that signing bonuses, equity grants, and title changes exist outside that band. If you only ask about the salary range, you're playing inside the cap. The smart move is to find your designated player loophole. This is probably the most powerful thing soccer can teach regular workers, and almost nobody talks about it. In soccer, players don't get raises just because they've been loyal. They don't get big money because they work hard in practice. They get big money when another club wants them. When a player moves from one club to another, the buying team pays a transfer fee to the selling club. Players and their agents then use that fee as evidence of market value to demand higher wages, signing bonuses, or improved contract terms. A player with only a year or less left on their contract gives their current club a big reason to negotiate, or risk losing them for free when the contract expires. But a player with many years left on their contract is in a weaker position. This is exactly how the job market works for you. Workers who stay in the same job typically get average raises of just 3.7%. But workers who change jobs can negotiate raises of up to 20%, using new offers to boost their compensation significantly. The outside offer is your transfer fee. It proves your market value in a way that any performance review never could. Even if you don't actually want to leave, having that offer changes the conversation. Here's the part that might sting a little. Soccer players hire agents. Their entire job is to negotiate on the player's behalf to know the market, push for more, and refuse to be underpaid. The agent doesn't apologize for asking. The agent doesn't feel awkward about it. It's just business. Most American workers, they do the opposite. People who negotiate their salary receive an average increase of 18.83% from their original offers. The lowest reported increase is 5%, and some negotiators secure up to 100% more. Yet more than half of all candidates, 55%, still don't attempt to negotiate their starting salary at all, leaving substantial money on the table. According to Pew Research Center, 38% of workers said they didn't negotiate because they lacked confidence, including 42% of women and 33% of men. Among people aged 18 to 29, that number jumped to 46%. Meanwhile, 7 in 10 hiring managers already expect candidates to negotiate, and 85% of those who do negotiate succeed in improving the offer. The game is already set up for you to ask. Most people just don't know that. Okay, so what do you actually do with all of this? Here are 3 moves pulled directly from how professional soccer players approach contract negotiations. Move 1. Know your market value before you walk in. Soccer agents know exactly what other clubs are paying for the same position. You need to do the same. Use sites like Glassdoor, LinkedIn Salary, and the Bureau of Labor Statistics to know what your role actually pays in your city. Walk in with numbers, not feelings. Move 2. Create competition. Job seekers who bring up salary early during hiring receive offers matching their expectations 27% more often. And an outside offer is the single most powerful negotiation tool you have. Even one competing offer reframes the entire conversation. You're no longer asking for more. You're giving them a chance to keep you. Move 3. Negotiate the whole package. Remember the soccer contract: bonuses, appearances, image rights. Your version is remote days, signing bonus, extra PTO, title change, or a performance review in 90 days instead of a year. In 2025, 42% of new hires received signing bonuses. That number is available. You just have to ask. Here's what soccer just taught you about money. Your pay is not about how hard you work. It's about how hard you are to replace. The gap between Messi and the backup midfielder isn't talent times effort. It's leverage times market value. And the only way you close the gap between what you're earning and what you're worth is to understand the system and play it smarter. Employees who stay put get 3.7% raises. The ones who move or use outside offers as leverage can get up to 20% more. That difference, compounded over a 10-year career, is not a small number. It could be hundreds of thousands of dollars. The clubs already know this. The agents already know this. Now you do too. If you've ever accepted a salary without pushing back, this video was for you. Drop a comment right now. I'm asking for more. Just those 4 words. Lock it in. If this opened your eyes, share it with someone who needs to hear it.